Hi, my name is Ryno Mulder. I'm the brand manager of Bodyography Cosmetics. Today I'm going to show you a quick contouring tutorial with our beautiful model and my colleague Ryno. I've prepped Ryno's skin with Tahitian Glow. It's a fantastic primer that actually has a bronzer built in, so it's just going to give her a beautiful all-over glow. So often with women who have a medium or a deep kind of skin tone, they have lighter areas in the center of their face, kind of like a cross, and then they sometimes have darker areas across the forehead or the chin or the sides of the face. So what we're going to do is we're going to mimic the natural color of the skin or the natural pigmentation in the skin and make the skin light where it is light. So I'm going to use light foundation in the center of the face, kind of creating like a beige rainbow there. I'm going to run this foundation across the nose and under the eyes. I'm using a beauty blender, the amazing beauty tool that was made famous by the Kardashians. Put it into water, dunked it, squeezed out the excess. Now it's nice and damp and it only picks up some product. It doesn't actually absorb the product, and the product is going onto your face as opposed to sitting on the inside of the sponge. You'll see that I'm applying the light color in a cross across the center of the face. Just blending out the edges somewhat. You always want to use the most foundation across the center of the face because that is normally where people have discoloration. Under the eyes, around the nose, around the mouth, and then you blend the color towards the edges of the face. You don't want to apply a lot of foundation on the corners or the very outmost or the outside of the face because that's actually, you don't have anywhere to blend the product to. Applying foundation, the exact same formulation of foundation that I've used before, but in 3 shades darker than the foundation that actually matches Ryno's face. We'll see that by the lines that I draw, I'm actually carving out Ryno's nose to give her kind of a higher bridge of the nose. I've also applied it on the sides of the face to kind of make the temples more concave because she's got a beautifully oval face, but now we're carving it up and we're giving her more angles to her face. And then on the side of the face, we've actually carving out this cheekbone to really enhance the cheekbone. And we've done it all with this foundation that is 3 shades darker than her actual color. What we will do now is use the beauty blender to blend out the contouring that we've created. And you kind of blend and blend until it feels like your arm is going to fall off and until the color disappears into the foundation that's already on the skin. So now we're going to blend the cheek contour. You never want to take this line down to the mouth. You actually just want to take it halfway across it needs to end, just outside the outside line, in line with the outside of the eye. And you're going to blend it in its place. Blend it downwards because this area needs to remain open and light. You're going to highlight there later. So you blend it down because this side of the face we want to make beautifully slim and give it that absolute perfect heart-shaped face. And then with the nose, we want to use a smaller beauty blender because it's such a small area to work in. So you want to use a beauty blender that's going to make it easy for you to do the blending there. And here's the little baby beauty blender that was made famous by Kylie Jenner. And be careful of blending on top of the nose. You want to blend into the side of the nose. You're going to work into the inner corner of the eye because naturally one would have depth in the inner corner of the eye. Now for most of you, you can actually finish up and you can use your normal face powder over the entire face. I really like to make my contouring quite intense because I come from the magazine world and I've worked on celebrities and I've worked on magazine shoots. I really like to make the makeup very in your face. I like to make it quite dramatic and quite extreme. So I'm going to actually imitate or repeat the steps that we did with the cream contouring. I'm going to repeat that with powder contouring. So I'm using a big fluffy brush and a golden powder. It is Mocha from Bodyography Cosmetics, and I'm dusting the light golden powder over the center of the face and underneath the eye area in that same cross shape that we spoke about earlier on our skin by using a light cream color and then also using a light powder in this area. I actually use my concealer as part of the contouring process, and this is reverse contour, so this would be your highlight because you're using a lighter color under the eyes. Always a color that's a little bit lighter than the skin would naturally be for the under eye area. This lifts the eye, opens up the eye area and makes it look beautifully rested. So after concealer you're going over to the powder step, and I'm repeating all the steps that I did with the cream products, with the creamy foundations and concealers, and I'm repeating that with powder because I want a really intense contour. I'm using the golden powder, a kind of banana color powder. I'm creating that same kind of domed shape on the forehead. Alright, so now I have this amazing contouring duo. It's got a darker powdered side or bronzy side, but it's matte, which is really important for contouring. You don't want to use bronzers that have sparkle in them when you're carving out the face shape and when you're creating those beautiful angles on the face, because shiny things or things that are reflective bring the face forward. It projects the face forward, and that's not what you want to do with contouring. With contouring you use the dark colors to recede that area, to make that area go slimmer. So I'm using this color on the temples again, because that is where we started contouring the face. Just on the temples and blending it in towards the area that's already been powdered. And then we're also using it on the sides of the face. And don't go up too high, because in this area, in this triangle, we're going to be highlighting. You're working over that contour and blending it in with the powder. If you want to really exaggerate your contour, you can even use quite a dark eyeshadow. As long as it's a matte one, you always use a matte one, and you can really intensify the contour. Work from the side of the ear and just blend it out gently. And wherever you touch your brush the first time, that's where you're going to deposit the most color. So you want it the darkest on this side and blend out lightly towards the nose. You can also go over it with a big fluffy brush to make that color diffuse. Again, for the nose contour, you want to use something smaller. A big fluffy brush is not going to do the trick there. You want to gently shade the sides of the nose, working in towards the inner corner of the eye, just underneath the eyebrow, where you'll normally cut your crease with eyeshadow. I'm just putting a smidgen of the banana shaded, the banana color powder in the center of the nose to really lift the bridge of the nose again. Teardrop shaped blending brushes is the best investment you can make if you want to do contouring and if you want to do smoky eyes. They can do a million things and they're so handy, and they just make your job so much easier. So you gently shade the darker powder and the lighter powder together. Like I said, this is not for everyday wear. This is also not for everybody. If you're a blogger, if you're a makeup artist and a complete makeup junkie, then by all means go ahead and contour your face for the gods. But for most people, just doing a contour on the sides of the cheek will already make a beautiful difference. Now I'm going to use the light powder on top of the concealer and work it out towards the highest point of the cheeks.